We are here today to discuss the rules and regulations for recovering stolen merchandise at Dick's Sporting Goods. As an employee there for 2 years, I experienced multiple people walking or running out of the store with stolen merchandise. We are here because something needs to change. The current shoplifting policy at Dick's Sporting Goods for recovering stolen merchandise has 4 steps. These steps are as follows. See the subject enter store. Never lose sight of said subject. See the subject deliberately hide merchandise and give the subject a chance to buy the items. One afternoon, I had an experience where this policy did not work. I was working as an apparel associate when 2 ladies walked in and instantly separated upon walking through the doors. Now this made us suspicious, so I went up to one of the ladies and I asked if she needed any help or had any questions. She continued to ask me a few questions over the next 10 minutes or so, and I then let her be. About 10 minutes after that, she was running through the front doors with a bag full of apparel over her arms. So I found out that she was the one who distracted me, while her friend was off in the corner stealing the items and putting them in the bag. We're here today to find solutions to a policy to where situations like those will not happen. Theft affects all exporting goods in Omaha. 27 million people steal in America today, with 75% of those people being adults. A study by the University of Florida showed that 37% of inventory loss is due to shoplifting alone. This same study found that $10 million is lost by American retailers from shoplifting every year. Since 2002, the rise of shoplifting is likely to make these numbers even higher now in 2018 than it was when the study was taken. Dick's Sporting Goods has experienced loss of revenue, inventory loss or inaccurate inventory, and increased prices due to theft. With 1 in 11 people shoplifting in America, Dick's Sporting Goods is likely to be targeted multiple times a month. When inventory is wrong, online orders cannot be fulfilled. So when inventory loss is due to shoplifting, orders will come in because it is based off of the online inventory system, which is incorrect with stolen items. So the Dick's Sporting Goods stores in Omaha have to send those orders to other stores and locations, most likely outside of Omaha, losing even more revenue. Customers are also seeing increased prices due to the increase in theft. As theft rises, prices are increasing to make up for the loss of revenue for these customers. A newer policy will make sure that loss of revenue is put to a minimum and that the inventory will be correct. Improvements can be done to the policy by removing the first 2 unnecessary steps. The first step, see the subject enter store, is highly unrealistic during busy hours. An employee could be stocking the shelves or putting away a truck or fixing fixtures, and so seeing every single customer that comes into the store is highly unlikely. This step is also discriminatory, with an employee having to choose who walks through the door, which one they think is going to steal, can lead to people being racist, going against race, religion, age, or gender. So that's one of the major reasons this step needs to be eliminated from the policy. The second step, never lose sight of said subject, is also unrealistic during busy hours. All the subject has to do is move around a corner to where you lose sight. They can go into the bathroom, go into a fitting room, any of those, anytime that they would lose sight of the subject behind a fixture or anything. The employee can no longer confront them if they believe they're stealing items. So these 2 steps are unnecessary and unrealistic and need to be moved from the policy in order for employees to recover that stolen merchandise. Shoplifting has been on the rise for the past many years. A study was done that showed that the average shoplifting rate is 32%. As you can see on this table, sporting goods, department stores, and women's apparel is above the average shoplifting rate. These are all contained within Dick's Sporting Goods. Dick's' most major department is women's and men's apparel. As a worker for Dick's Sporting Goods, I noticed that most items that got stolen were apparel items, such as shirts, shorts, sweats, socks. They were just the easiest items to steal and to take out of the store. So a policy that would better deter customers from stealing will help reduce shoplifting in this situation. Potential improvements of the policy include removing the first two steps, added security, training employees, and keeping the store tidy. As stated earlier, the first two steps are unnecessary and unrealistic and can cause problems and issues with being able to confront the customer. If a guard is added after that fact, they will be able to confront all customers going in the store and leaving the store. They can check receipts and items and make sure that all the items are paid for on the receipt. Training employees on specific deterrence actions would include actions such as realizing which customers are being suspicious and having suspicious behavior, such as keep looking at all the employees, wandering around idly or staying idle in one position for a long time, and just being suspicious. And once those are implemented, employees will have a better time at picking out which customers need to be focused on more. Finally, keeping the store tidy will deter customers from stealing. It is shown that stores that are more tidy more likely have attentive employees and do deter customers from stealing. Finally, I recommend that Dick's Sporting Goods trains employees on specific deterrence actions. This would be the least costly method as well as potentially the most effective. Training employees would greatly reduce shoplifting, as customers are less likely to steal if employees are always near them if they need help. It will add confidence in staff and employers, knowing that the employees are interacting with the customers more often. Once this policy is added to all the stores, employees will be able to detect suspicious behavior and act on it before merchandise is stolen. Thank you.